Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining and welcome to this month's Connect with Control M. My name is Sandy Carmeli and I'm a member of the BMC customer support team focusing on Control M for distributed systems. Today, we are going to talk about the Workload Change Manager promotion feature, which simplifies the task of moving data between different environments. Before diving into the agenda, I would like to introduce today's panelists, Gilles Lemol and Arthur Yates, who are experts in Workload Change Manager. I would also like to take the opportunity to remind you that if you have any questions, please feel free to enter them in the Q&A panel. We will address them towards the end of the session. Finally, you can save this presentation by going to the File and Save option in your WebEx session. Our agenda will cover an overview of the Workload Change Manager promotion feature, how it works, and a short demo. We will finish off with a questions and answers session. In previous versions, after the operator created or modified workflows and they were ready to be moved from one environment to another one, it was often time-consuming and prone to error. Before the promotion feature was released, you had to export the workflows to an XML file, modify to reflect the target standards, and then import the XML file into the destination environment. It required manual intervention and had no error validation. So now, using the promotion feature, you can quickly move workflows from one environment to another. You move or promote the workflows in the planning domain directly from a workspace. Let's take, for example, an operator that prepares workflow during non-business hours in the development environment, which is the source for us. And this workflow needs to be moved to the QA environment, which is the target or destination for us. Using the promotion feature makes it much easier and allows you to automate the process. We will see that later in the demo. Let's talk now about the environment types. There are three environment types which reflect these options. So the first option is to have the source and the destination in separate Control M enterprise managers. This option will move a workflow from one Control M enterprise manager to another Control M enterprise manager, where each one has its own data center. This is the environment type we will demonstrate later. Another option is having the source and the destination in the same Control M enterprise manager, which is connected to different data centers. Finally, the third option is having the source and the destination in the same Control M enterprise manager with the same data center. Now we'll talk about the promotion rules. What do promotion rules actually do? Promotion rules dictate how the workflow is transferred from the source to the destination. For example, if I'm promoting a workflow from my dev environment to the QA environment, one of my rules will be to change the workflow prefix from dev to QA. Once we have defined the rules, we can choose between two ways to move data from the source to the destination. One way is to perform a request for promotion. In this scenario, the workflow is ready to be moved to the other environment, and the source operator submits a request which the destination operator must review and check in. The second way is direct promotion. In this scenario, the source operator will run the promotion directly and the workflow will be promoted and checked in automatically in the destination. So let's start the demo. For this demo, we are going to use a company that has two environments, the developer environment and the QA environment. At this point, we are in the development environment. You can see it has an orange banner to identify it. So this is the workflow the operator is going to promote to the QA destination environment. We already performed the changes. You can see my jobs and my workflows, my folders have the dev prefix and reflect the data center which has the host name of the local or source where we are promoting from. So actually, I can go here and promote. Or I can go to the Folders tab and choose whatever folders I want to promote, either one or many, and click Promote. But before we are promoting, let's take a look to the rules that we have created to promote these workflows. So the rule that we have created is dev QA. It's going to be from this source, which is the local one, to the remote one. So let me edit the environment configuration to show you that we have here the dev, which is the local. We are choosing all control M servers or data centers. We can choose all, or we can choose one or as many as we want. As well as the QA, which is the destination. In this case, is remote. We have chosen the remote option. We have the name of the data center of the enterprise manager in the destination, the remote one. The port is communicating, the EM user, which is my user, and the password, which needs to be validated and existing in the destination environment for me to log in there. So if I test the connection, I see the connection is okay. I also pick here all the control M servers or data centers. And again, it's not necessary. I can pick one or as many as I need. So we're closing this now, and we are going to see the rules, the steps of the rules that we're going to modify our workflows in the destination. So when I'm promoting, my folder name will be replaced. The prefix is now dev. It will be replaced to QA. The control M server, the data center, will also be replaced with the data center in the destination enterprise manager. As well as the job names will be replaced from the prefix dev to the prefix QA. All the fields in the job definition can be replaced or modified using these steps. All the fields appearing in the Find and Update feature are also available here. So now that we are happy with our workflow and we can promote, we just click on Promote, and this form is coming up. As mentioned before, we have two options for promoting. We can choose the Promote and Check-in, provide the username and the password of the destination environment, and my workflow will be promoted and checked in automatically. Or we are going to do now a request in order to send a request to the destination environment for the destination or QA operator to admit it. So the change ID and the description are filled in by the company requirements. And also an email notification can be added here to notify this request is performed. So now clicking OK, we are going to receive a message saying that our promotion request was successfully sent to the QA environment. So now we are changing roles and we are going to be the QA operator. And if I'm going to refresh here, I'm going to see my request. All the requests are coming into the unassigned work. So refreshing, I can see the request. By double-clicking or opening here, I can open the request and see what I have received. I see here the workflow that was dev previously, if you remember, and now is QA, the prefix of my folders and my jobs. Now here, down in the panel, we can see that the job name were changed, the folder name, and the control M server or data center name. So now that the operator of the QA finds this accordingly to the needs, it takes ownership of the workflows in order to check in the work, and this is how is finished the promotion from the dev environment to the QA environment using the interface. So now let me show you if we want to automate this process and do it using a command line. So let me open a command line and show you the usage of the command. Here, if I click enter, I will have here all the usage of this command. There are three flags I would like to remark. For example, we have the param file here that is a file that contains all the parameters used to promote. We are going to use it, so I will show you my file in a moment. Another flag I would like to remark is the ignore warnings. If I use ignore warnings, the promotion will continue even though if I receive warnings. For example, this command performs a validation. The promotion feature validates every component that I enter. So if I enter a component that is not valid, it will give me a warning. And the third and the last flag I want to remark is the override. If I use the override yes, it will override my workflows in the destination environment if they already exist there. To use this command, the option is direct promotion. So the flag will be override yes because the work will be promoted and checked in automatically. So now let me open a different command prompt and let's run this command. We are going to use the param file, the location of the file, and let me show you the file for a minute. Here we have the credentials, the username and the password of the local environment, the name of the host name of the local environment, the port is communicating, the request, the folders I'm promoting or the workflow, the control M servers or data centers I'm promoting from, the promote is going to be the action, the rule is dev to QA as we saw before, and the credentials in the destination environment, as well as we explained the override yes to override my existing workflow if they exist in the destination. Okay, I'm sorry for that. So now it's going to show the steps that it's performing. It's going into the local environment, is loading all the folders that we are going to promote. Then it's going to connect to the destination and promote our workflow. This command is possible to use it in a job. For example, if I have weekly push of jobs from the development to the QA, as in this case, so I can make a job with this command and run it automatically. Okay, now we see that checking is done because the promotion option here is direct and the promotion is succeeded. So now we can go to the QA WA and we can go to the folders and see that we have received the folders that we just promoted. So let's go back to the presentation and let me give you some useful information. Here you see the command that we ran that was introduced in FixSpec 1 of Enterprise Manager 9. And here are some links for articles about the promotion feature. We are going to publish here also a link with the questions and answers as we close the webinar. Thank you all very much for taking time out of your day to attend. I hope this information provided was useful. You will receive a survey as you close the webinar. We encourage you to fill it out and provide us with ideas and improvements of any future topics you would like to learn about. You can follow us in Facebook and Twitter. Our past webinars can be viewed on the BMC communities, YouTube, and iTunes. Today's webinar will be posted there in a couple of days. In our next webinar topic, we'll have performing mass update in the Control M environment. We also suggest you to visit BMC community site to get connected with other users, view webinars, post questions, and search for answers. BMC Communities in the BMC.com homepage, or you can access it by going to communities.bmc.com.